Visualize this. It's the middle of winter, 8 inches of snow on the ground, wind chill, 10 below, snow blowing, drifting. You're inside, however. You've got a nice fire going in the wood stove, and you're watching the drag race sequence from your favorite movie, American Graffiti, for about the 110th time. And it's just about to, they're just about ready Milner's ready to take his deuce coupe out and face off against the 55 Chevy. And then when this is over, you're going to bed. And your wife sticks her head out of the bedroom door and says, "Honey, you left the lights on in the garage." Well, so you look out the window behind you and you see that, yes, the lights are on. All right, now you have a number of choices. Number one, you can put your boots on and bundle up in a nice coat and go out in the dark to the garage to shut the lights off and freeze your butt off. The other option is that you go to the breaker box and flip the breaker off for the circuit that feeds the garage. Now, if you have devices like I do now in the garage, your garage that I've got a refrigerator, I've got chargers, and all these things need to keep the power on overnight, or the charger that shuts off will drain the battery. So what's it got to do? What do you do? Well, that's what we're going to talk about next here in the Shade Tree Garage. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. And this is also going to be a little bit of an unboxing video already. Well, the truth is it's already out of the box and the item is installed. But we're going to talk about this and this device and how useful it can be. Now, you may not need this in your shop. If you have taken over the 2 or 2.5 car attached garage in your house, all you have to do is walk from the shop into the kitchen and you're home, you're done. Detached garages don't have that luxury. You know, we had to go through whatever the weather conditions are and go out and shut the lights off or not. Now, my parents were Depression era, were kids during the Depression, and they hammered this lesson in on all me and my siblings. When you leave a room, you shut the lights off. Well, if your lights are out in a building and it's 10 degrees below zero, I have not practiced what I've preached. Ever since I built this, my shop several years ago, I'm guilty of leaving the lights on. But there's another option here, and I just recently discovered it. This device, it's a Shelly 1 p.m. Remote. Well, it's basically a remote switch, or they call it a relay, a smart power relay. Shelly is a company it's called the Shelly, and they make a wide variety of devices that are remotely controlled. Now, my device is can be controlled by Wi-Fi. It can be controlled by Bluetooth, and there's other methods. It's compatible with Alexa. It's compatible with Google, whatever they have, Assistant or whatever remote control technology they have. So you can set this up to work with a variety of ways. Now, the only thing I really cared about was Wi-Fi, because I have a good Wi-Fi signal in here. And so I have the device installed, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. I will tell you, it's easy to install. And it reminds me a little bit of putting something together from IKEA. But they have videos on their website, a YouTube channel, and they will show you how to wire, and so they have a graphic video of adding my unit to a wall switch, which was exactly what I did, and how to wire it in place, and it's easy. Now I'll show you up on the wall behind me. I actually drew kind of a map of where all the wires were going to go, because I was watching it on my laptop, but I couldn't hold my laptop in my arms while I'm attaching wires and screwing. It just wasn't practical. So I just made a diagram of where everything went and uh, which which place they went, and you'll see that in a minute. But I will tell you a little bit. My experience is this remote switch is the bomb. Let me give you a demo and let you see the interface. The Shelly interface will control any of their devices. And so, and now a little bit more about this Shelly 1PM. This is good for a 15 amp circuit. It won't, a 110, or you can switch DC with it if you want. Now, Shelly has an app you download, and it will search for Shelly devices, and you can name them and control them remotely. This is the Shelly interface. And right here is the button to shut the lights off and on. And that's just some stock graphic that comes on the interface. There's a array of graphics you can add to help you identify what room or what relay you're going to control, whether it's the garage, the basement, or another room. All right, so that's what it looks like. And so now let's see if you can see it or not. Right above this button, it shows how many watts is being consumed on that circuit. And it also, let's say I lost it, also shows the voltage. So you can monitor the actual voltage on that circuit as well. So let's whoa, I just shut the lights off. Turn them back on. Well, there they go. But I was able to control the lights in here from while I was working Wednesday at the radio station in town, which is 7 miles away, obviously through the Wi-Fi signal. I am very, very impressed with the technology and how easy it is to use and how easy it was to hook up. You just have to find the YouTube video that they produce of how to hook it up, and it will show you where each wire goes. Actually, the great thing about it was it showed you, everything from taking the cover plate off the light switch. So let's take a look at that, and you'll see how small this device is. And Shelly has some devices that are even smaller, some later. This was apparently one of the earlier generations of devices, and they have some that are much smaller, and for different applications. All right, guys, there's my diagram. I've got a magnet sticking it to the wall, where all my notes where the wiring goes. And here's actually what it looks like. It's a much cleaner installation than looking at my diagram. All right, and you see the black wires that keep the switch and the unit. They keep this switch and the unit in the circuit. And then the neutral from the device hooks to that. Now I had to go buy a larger wire nut. The 3 wires together would not fit in the orange one, and so I had to go to the larger red. But other than that, you'll have to create a couple of these 2 black jumpers and the jumper for the neutral to go up to the wire nut. This device, let me put my hand behind it. You see how small that is? And they have some smaller, but it was really simple to put in. And I've left it hanging out like this so I could do this video. But what can I say? It's simple and it worked great, and it'll keep me. Now, if you're interested in these remote devices that you can install to control your outlets or lights or whatever you want to control, I would suggest going to the Shelly section of Amazon, and they have I think the whole line there. The Shelly 1PM will tell you how much current you're using on whatever circuit it's controlling. For example, when I turn these lights on, the Shelly interface tells me that they're using just over 900 watts. And again, like I said, it also displays the current voltage on your on that circuit. And typically on the circuit that these lights are on, it's 122 volts. Now this will also track your usage on this circuit. There's lots of parameters that this will track, and it could even plot how much current you're using on that circuit. Anyway, the Shelly company has a website and full descriptions of all the different products they have. They actually have a unit that's newer than this one, and it's smaller. Can you believe that? They have units like these that will control 2 different circuits. Anyway, if you have an application like mine where you want to be able to shut something on or off, shut it. Yeah. Now, if you have an application like mine where you leave the lights on and you want to shut them off, this is the perfect solution. It works really well, and I'm tickled to death with the unit, how easy it is to wire in, and how well it works too. It's great. Now, use your creativity, and you can think of applications where this technology might be really handy. It's not expensive, and you can do it yourself. Now, if you have to pay an electrician to come in and do it, it might get pretty pricey, but there's plenty of videos that show you how these work. You can do a search for every device and find instructions on how to use it. Well, that's going to do it for the Shade Tree Garage. Well, thanks for stopping by today. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or and click the subscribe button, and we'll keep you in touch with all the goings on here in the Shade Tree Garage.